Hey guys, it's Dima from DimusTech, and today we are going to talk about a great video player that is called GOM Player. So first of all, you can download it from gomlab.com for free, but please note one thing. You can download the free version or you can buy the full version, which basically the same but without any bloatware or any advertisements. Currently I'm going to use obviously the free version, which is very good. I've been using it for many years and I really recommend this app, although again it does have bloatware that you should decline while installing, which I'll show you in a moment. So let's go ahead and start the installation. Now, as you can see, there are multiple languages, not too many, but you can see here Dutch, English, Spanish, French, Italian, Portuguese, Turkish, Russian, and some other that I cannot read. Now, GOM is basically GOTech or GOTech online player. I think it pronounced GOTech. And GOM is actually a Korean company. And GOM means also bear in Korean. And that's why they came up with that sort of bear paw logo, which you'll see in a moment after we install. Well, basically you can see here the logo as well. So let's go ahead and start the installation. Now there's nothing very special about the installation except a few things. So here's the first one. So first of all, you can use GOM in order to run any video or music file that you ever thought of. Dead files, anything. Even files that are sort of broken, or for example if you are downloading a video file and you haven't finished yet, it will probably be able to actually play it, at least the parts that already downloaded. So I'm using this player only for video, so this is this thing will actually choose only for video. Basically it will choose all the video file types that are recognized. Obviously you can use later for specific files open with, etc. So let's go ahead and click next, and again next. Now here is the first bloatware. Now keep in mind that with some versions it might vary, change and anything else. So just press decline and it will not install it ever. Again decline, that's it. So in this installation, in this version, two bloatwares that if you won't look at it, they will install it for you. And it's not virus probably, but nobody wants bloatware. Now again, although as you see it has some bloatware that it tries to install, you can decline, and I still use this great player. Why do I call it great player again and again? So first of all, it will, again as I said, will be able to play any file that you can imagine. Seriously, I never had any file that this thing cannot run and any other application will be able to run. If this thing cannot run it, nothing can. Seriously, nothing. Now, GOM Player has also a very good skin, at least in the past as far as I remember. Now again, you can just press skip here and decline again. Wow, this is new. And yeah, it will open basically another website that will direct you to some, I don't know, some manual or something, so you can just close it. Anyway, let's go ahead and open the GOM Player. So you can also install some GOM Remote app on your phone and etc. I never use it. I'm pretty sure it's actually good as well, but again, I never used it. Now, GOM Player, as you can see, looks pretty nice, but to be honest, I don't like that specific skin, so give me a moment and I'll show you some of the options that it can do, and as well I'll show you how to replace your skin. So first of all, left click and you'll see many options. Now as far as I know, GOM Player was based on VLC, so many options that you see here will also exist in VLC, so this is very good. Let's go to preferences and let me go to skins and choose actually GOM 2. Now, GOM 2 is actually the first skin that I ever saw, and I really like it. Let me grab this. This is pretty much basic for me. I really like this skin. So let's go ahead and a little bit in the configurations and look what we can see here. So you have all the obvious things. Under playback you can actually choose priority, so if your computer is a little bit slower, obviously when you are watching a movie or a video you want it to go smooth, so you can choose above normal or even high, and it will basically use more CPU power for that video, but again it will run it more smoothly, at least most of the time. Now if you have multimedia functional keyboard, you can choose that one. You can choose many other different things. You can actually choose here the window size, so if you, I don't know, you want to use magnification, or for example if for some reason Windows cannot, you know, make the GOM larger, so you can use that. You can also use it for DVD playback, obviously for music, although I never use it. What else we've got here? Let's go ahead to general again. I think, yeah, under keyboard, so obviously you can configure here some shortcuts if you want, and GOM has pretty many shortcuts by itself without any modifications here. Subtitles, which is awesome, seriously, I've never seen so many configurations with subtitles that you can do in one player. So you can basically display them only on TV out if you, for example, connect to a TV and you don't want all the CPU for the subtitles to be used on the computer as well, while you only want to watch them on, for example, TV out. And for some configuration it might be useful as well. You can change the font, you can change the size, the color, quality, whatever you want. Seriously, this is amazing. Except for some subtitles that I saw that they just implement their own settings. You still can play with it, but the settings are different. In many cases, the default settings here are very good. So as you can see, there are many other options. I'm not going to show you all of them. You have under video many options, you have under audio, you have filters, so if you want to choose specific files that it will recognize, you can choose that. You can play around with codecs, so if there's some codec that has some bugs for you, you can disable it, for example, many other stuff. If you have some GOM account that you want to use, you can use it here as well. For example, I think the GOM remote app will use that thing here. And basically under others you can always choose the file association. Again, if for some reason your Windows 10 or 8 as it shows here disabled the GOM or something, it happens sometime. Okay, so I don't have any video file right now on this machine to show you any example, and it won't be very legal probably to do so. Anyway, as you can see, you have your volume, and here you have your track. So if you want to go forward or backward, you can do it from here. Now, when you do hover with the mouse on any point and the video is running or paused, you will actually see where you are going. So for example, if you are in the middle and it's the 4th minute, it will actually show you here that it's the 4th minute that you are going through without actually pressing and then, you know, guessing where it is, which is very good. Now regarding the volume, let me go just up. So as you can see here at the bottom, I'm going up with the volume, and you can see that I'm on 100%, but here you have more. You can go actually beyond 100 up to 150. This is something that is very noticeable and available already in VLC, and again, this app uses it as well. Let's go back to 100 just in case. Now, you can actually use playlists, so in playlists you can add from folders, you know, the usual stuff, nothing special. Now let's go ahead and click the left click again, and here there are many things that I would like actually to show you. So first of all, you know what, before that, when you are playing a video, if you press the space bar, it will pause and play the video, so it will pause it and play if you press again, and it works instantly, so there is no delay. You know, for example, if you are watching something with subtitles and you are a slow reader and you want to pause the video to read the subtitle that you are currently trying to read because for some reason you didn't have enough time or something, so you just press space and you don't have any delay, so there is no way that you'll miss the subtitle unless you are slow with the spacebar, obviously. Now, if you want to make it full screen, you just hit enter and it will go full screen. But you know those videos that are with a different aspect ratio other than what screen you have, and sometimes it's really annoying to watch a movie that is really narrow and has those black, black edges at the top and at the bottom. So in this app, you can actually remove those. Instead of going full screen with pressing enter, you'll press Control Enter, which will actually go to the same full screen, but it will stretch your video and won't show you any black at the top and at the bottom. Now let's go to the left click. I think under playback we will see, okay, so you can see here the space, you can see, now basically all the things, at least most of them, as you can see, have shortcuts, so you can actually go backwards, forward with your left and right keys on your keyboard. You can actually change the speed if you want. So for example, if you are, I don't know, watching some tutorial and it's very slow, the tutor is very slow, so you can speed it up, for example. Works on some tutorials in my environment, in my tech environment. Seriously, I hate those, but with this, no problem. You can actually choose some point that you want to repeat, for example, for some reason. I don't know if you're showing for someone something, so that's a possibility. You can, with Alt-H actually, Alt-H, show and not show subtitles. So for example, I don't like to watch videos with subtitles, but you know those parts that sometimes someone says something and you didn't hear it quite well, you can always for a moment go back, enable the subtitles, read it, and then disable it with just Alt-H. It will toggle the subtitles. Now, if you have multiple subtitles, pressing S will bring a small menu, not this whole menu. Let me try, we have nothing loaded. No, it won't do that. So basically, it will bring a small menu, not this whole big one, but a smaller menu with just the subtitles that you have. So for example, if you have a video file with multiple subtitles, with multiple languages, or with multiple, I don't know, versions or something, you'll be able to switch them here. You can actually change the position with shortcuts. You can do as well many other stuff, and you can actually sync them, which is very, very good. You know, those subtitles that are not in sync always, you can actually sync them with shortcuts, which is very good. Now, if we'll go to video, again, you can zoom, you can increase your brightness, you can do lots of stuff. Seriously, if you have those like type of movies that for some reason the black is too black, I mean it's too dark for some reason, so you can basically just increase brightness or any other sort of thing that annoys you with that video. You can totally change the video with this. You can even actually sharpen it, soften, add noise, or you know, anything, seriously. Same goes for audio. Now, one thing that I really like about the audio here, the normalizer. As you can see, it is already enabled, but it's not on 100%. So I suggest always tuning it up to 100% of a normalizer. What it does basically, you know those parts in movies that someone talks very low, in low volume or something? So this will sort of normalize it. It won't allow, for example, if you hear gunshots, it won't go too high, and those low voices won't go too low, for example. So you will be able pretty much to hear everything. Now, I really like this option, maybe someone won't, so you can play around with this. Again, you can sync the audio as well, if for some reason it's out of sync with your video file. Let's see what else. I think under aspect ratio, oh yeah, so you can also change the aspect ratio here. So you don't have to go full screen as I told you before, you can do that. And again, you can change actually the skin even from here, which I didn't know. You have pan and scan, so for example, if you want to change the video size or I don't know, move the video for some reason inside that window, I don't know, this option is weird for me. Another good thing, oh yeah, so this is the full screen with the same ratio of it, the original ratio. So just press enter, and as I said, the full screen with stretched version, Control Enter. So again, you can go to the preferences, and another thing, if you have, for example, some video card, and by default your computer tries to use your onboard video card and not the video card, you will probably be able to change it here with hardware acceleration or some sort of, and you have a wizard here. I never tried it because I don't have any additional hardware to play back the video, but it will probably help with with those 4K videos or something that is very big. And something new that they added recently, you can actually play back 360 view videos. I never tried it, I don't have any camera that shoots it, and to be honest, I'm not into that, but if it's your thing, this player will handle it well. Obviously you can check for updates, but that's not so necessary, because every time you launch this player, at least every day, so for example, if you already opened it today, it won't do it, but on the next day, the first time we will launch the player, it will actually check for updates automatically, and it will ask you if you want to update now or later. No problem with that. When you update, again, you might need to decline some bloatware. Remember that all the time. Now, there's only one thing left for me to say about this player, and it will actually be the most important thing ever. Seriously, you've never seen any video player that does that, I'm pretty sure. If you know any other, please write in the comments. I will be happy to know and test it out. Now, you know those times that you want to run some video file, but for some reason it doesn't run well, it doesn't work at all maybe, or something like that? In many cases you just need to download a codec. Now, codec is basically sort of explains your video player how to run and extract the video file and how to work with it. So there are many file types and there are many codecs with those same file types that probably won't be installed with GOM Player, which actually installs many codecs by itself. While installing this app, we actually install codecs as well, which is awesome. Now, VLC, as far as I know, installs many codecs as well, and VLC plays almost anything. But this thing, even if you actually put some file to the test that it doesn't have a codec, it will actually launch you a small window and show you, do you want to search and download this codec? And it will go to a GOM Player database with many free codecs. It will automatically pull the codec that is needed for that specific video from its database, and it will allow you to download it or give you a link where you can download it from the official website of that particular codec. Now, this thing is the best thing ever I have ever seen in any video player. Again, if you know any other player that does that or does it better, please comment. And don't comment VLC, because VLC doesn't do it that well. Seriously, VLC is a great player, but it doesn't look that good and doesn't do those stuff. Now, again, obviously VLC does more. I know it can stream, it can do many other stuff, but this player, seriously, it works very smooth, and as you can see, it has many other options. Another thing that I want to mention is that GOM Labs, that company, has other software as well. So not only they have the GOM Player and the GOM Player Plus, which you pay once and you won't see any advertisement and any bloatware, but they also have other products like GOM Encoder, which encodes video. So if, for example, you're an old school, like me sometimes, and you want to save files locally on your phone and you don't want the big 4K files to be saved on your, I don't know, small phone that doesn't have a lot of storage, so you can actually encode them to something smaller that will suit your phone, and it will be much smoother to play and easier, and it won't consume so much storage. They also have other stuff like cam recorder or something. I never tried it. I saw that they have something new called GOM Studio, which allows you to stream things to Facebook and YouTube, etc. Again, I never tried that. The only thing that I actually use is the GOM Player on a daily basis. Seriously, I use it every day. And the GOM Encoder, I used it, I think, once. I think it was on free version or something when it only went out, when it was seriously new. I don't use it now. I think it costs money. But to be honest, the way it worked when I tried it, you really should pay for it. Seriously, it's worth the money. Now, GOM Labs is, again, a South Korean company. I actually work with their products, again, specifically with GOM Player for many years now. I install it to all my friends. I use it at work, I use it at home, I use it on every computer I own or anywhere. Seriously, I really love that player. I highly recommend it. If you have anything else, I'm happy to hear. Again, don't suggest to me VLC. I have my own reasons that I don't use VLC on a daily basis, and I do use VLC occasionally. I just don't like how it looks and the shortcuts that it has. So that's pretty much it for this video. You know what to do. Like this video if you liked it, dislike if you didn't, although you shouldn't. And as always, don't forget to subscribe, and when you do, don't forget to ring that little bell to receive future video updates. And as always, see you in the next one.